Hello and welcome to our thrifty, frugal, money saving and budgeting home here in Brittany in northwest France. If you're here for the first time, my name is Jane and my husband Michael
Hello.
is behind the camera. We share how we budget, we share our money saving and thrifty life here in Brittany. Let's take a look at what we're going to be sharing with you today. Now some months, not every month, we share with you our euro by euro budget. We do this because people have said it's really helpful to see how to budget. How do you take an amount of money and work that out exactly what you're going to spend each month? Now, you're going to say to yourself, what's extreme about your budget? What's extreme about it? Because this is called extreme budgeting. Well, extreme budgeting is where you look at every single euro and what you're going to do with it, and you know exactly where it's going to go. Not just today, but for the whole year and into the long term, and how we manage to save on a small income. You'll also say to yourself, well, what else is extreme about your budget, Jane? You'll have a look in there and you'll think to yourself, well, what about that? What about cable TV? What about meals out? You'll see in there, there's plenty of things that we don't have. And it's not about deprivation. We live the life that we choose. It's personal finance, it's our budget. We use this as an example to show you what a budget looks like. You may find that useful. So here is our budget, euro by euro, for October this year. Every income, every budget has variations and differences, and here's what's unique about ours. We have a variable income. It's up one month, it's down the next. So we have to set a new budget every single month. Here's how it works. So for example, the budget I'm going to show you today, we earned that money in August. We were paid that in the middle of and towards the end of September. So that's our budget that we live off for October. So that's how, when we earn the money and how we're going to spend the money. Okay, so here is our budget. We have 1,732 euros. That's a combination of income plus pension. Our living costs for October are 990 euros. And then we have three sinking funds. One is 265 a month, one is 100 a month, and one is 170 a month. We are then allocating 207 euros for long-term savings. So we have this amount, we take this off it, we are left with zero. As I explained to you about our extreme budgeting, it's so we know every month where every euro is going to go. We give every euro a job to do. Let's go through all of our costs, and you can see how I break them down and how I budget for them. So first of all, we have no mortgage, we have no rent, we have no debts. We have a 127 euro tax bill. That is our income tax bill. We have no option but to pay it monthly. The tax system here, they send you a bill in August. They take 4 equal payments in September, October, November and December, and it was 127 euros per month. I have my mobile phone, our combined bank charge, and that's 12 euros, and that's for 3 bank accounts. We've allowed more for diesel. I put diesel, but actually that's fuel. We will buy fuel for our lawnmowers and our petrol equipment, such as hedge cutters and chainsaws and things this month. We have 300 euros for the supermarket. That includes all food, all drink, all toiletries, all pet food, all cleaning materials, all laundry liquids for the 2 of us and 2 dogs for a month. Mike's mobile phone, then home insurance, 42. Now you might be thinking, why do you not pay your insurances in one amount per year? Is that more or less? It makes no difference whether you pay it monthly or you pay it annually, the amount is the same. So we choose to pay it monthly. My health insurance is more comprehensive than Mike's, so mine is a little higher, but we will be evaluating our health insurance this year and we will be changing them. Our car insurance is 37 and Mike's health insurance is 25. He has a less comprehensive health insurance than I have. Our home, telephone and internet is €25 a month. EDF, Electricité de France, is 125. We are very much in credit with them at the moment and we expect that amount to adjust itself over time. We budget each month for our little old dog. She's getting old now. Her medications are 40 a month. We have 2 internets here. We work online. Our job is online. And we've got 2 and one is 4G, which is a little bit of a cheaper package, but we do pay for the 2 as a backup. This month, hair and beauty combined, got haircuts, is going to be 45. So that's how we came to the 990 for all of our expenses for this month. On there that I had sinking fund A and it was an amount per month. I'm always aware when somebody is watching these budgeting videos that you might be watching this for the very first time and you might be thinking to yourself, well, what is a sinking fund and how do you work it? A sinking fund is a fund that we keep topped up, that empties itself on a regular basis and then we top it up again. It sinks and we refloat it. So this is why we save what we save. The absolute fixed costs and things. So each year our car service is 200. A pair of car tyres can cost 200. Not every year, you still have to budget for them. You might have a puncture and you always have to buy them in pairs here. Repairs here on average, although we've spent more than this year, but we spent less on it last year, is 600. So that's what we budget and save each year for the car. Now these are our tax bills. We have the rubbish, the refuse, we have the tax on the house and we have the TV licence. So those are taxes on our house. We have to save that each year. The dogs have booster jabs each year. It comes to 100 each year. We budget each year for home repairs or replacement, 600. Our water bills each year amount to approximately 300. They're less and less each year as we are getting better at budgeting water here. And then we budget for 600 for all Christmas and birthday gifts for family. So that comes to 3,180 a year. We then divide that by 12 and we have to save £265 a month for those annual expenses. One was nice and simple. You saw that sinking fund B was 100 per month. We budget for ourselves, for the 2 of us, 600 a year for clothes, shoes, coats, boots, those type of things. And it's more than adequate for us to have €300 each year. We don't buy a new coat every year. We might buy a new coat each, maybe every 3, 4 or even 5 years. Walking boots, we'll get 2 years out of them. And lots of clothes and things we buy those very low cost or sometimes even from local charity shops. We then budgeted 600 a year for holidays and trips. Well, last year we didn't have any at all, and so far this year we haven't had any. So we've got last year's and this year's money tucked away and saved. So that's nice and easy, isn't it? That's 1,200 a year. We know for those items we have to save 100 a month. We have been currently saving for quite a long period of time to buy a left-hand drive car because we brought with us a right-hand drive car from the UK. and I don't feel comfortable with the steering wheel in the wrong place whilst driving around in France. So we have been saving, and we have reached a point where we have saved enough to buy a second-hand car. However, that second-hand car is not immortal, it will not last forever, and we will need a new one in the future. We would hope it would last 5 years or even more. However, we will need to save for the next one. So we have set up Sinking Fund C. To save €10,000 over 5 years, we will need to save €2,000 a year and €170 a month. So that's the explanation for Sinking Fund C. And finally, there was a line on our budget that said long-term savings, and this month it's €207 a month. This amount is variable. Some months it could be a bit more, and sometimes it can be a bit less. This month is a no-spend month, so we have not allowed ourselves any money for discretionary spending this month. So we've got a little bit more to put in this month. Every month we have a no-spend month. This month gets a bit higher. We do like to try and put about 1,000 away a year at the very least into our long-term savings. We set goals for this on a regular basis. So we bought things in the past like a chainsaw, which are expensive. We bought things in the past such as a lawnmower, those type of things. So those long-term savings goals are flexible. They fluctuate and they change according to our goals. But we always keep at least 1 year's of essential expenses in the account, and these amounts that we put into that savings account are on top of that amount. So that explains what we meant by our long-term savings. So that was our budget. Now, I'm absolutely aware that people watching this will go, extreme budget? You're living like royalty. Other people might be looking at it and go, extreme budget? Blimey, couldn't feed the dog on that. However, as I said earlier, personal finance is just that. I hope though that you found that breakdown euro by euro useful. If you did and you enjoyed our video, go on, give it a like. We're growing the channel. And if you're not a subscriber, I want to say, first of all, to the 6,000 people who are subscribers, thank you so much. But I do know there's about 6,000 more of you watching who are not subscribers, so go on, it costs you nothing. Go on, boom, press that subscriber button. Now, I want to know, what did you do that might be different the way you budget? What are things that you think, oh golly, you don't budget for that and I do need to budget for that? Let's share with this frugal and money saving community. Maybe there's something that I didn't share that you think, come on Jane, I think you should add that as a tip, because I love your comments, I read everyone and we respond to everyone. Just leaves me to say thank you very much for watching. We really appreciate it and we'll see you next time. Goodbye for now.